These chairs are wide.
I'll sit. Oh, there we go.
Oh, we're good.
That's
Yeah, we
even
just gotta
better.
back up.
We're back.
We're back.
Again. Hopefully
Live at 5 with Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions.
Live at 5:13.
Oh, hi, Julie.
Oh,
You
there
found
you go.
us.
Yay. Okay,
There's
there's one.
There's our president.
Our president. Hi, Pat. Oh, that just reminds me. Something that we gotta mention is Thursday we are going to have Pat. I'm talking to you specifically, and anyone else who wants to volunteer and help us with our event in September. We're going to have a meeting on Thursday, February 13th, a subcommittee meeting for the fundraiser that we're going to have, the Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions fundraiser that, is going to be honor of Michael Patrick Murphy, and do you remember the other name?
Deb.
Deb, where are you? We have 2 people we're going to honor this year, and let me make sure that that's it.
Yeah.
So it will be Michael Patrick Murphy and another person who unfortunately has passed away from this disease. So me and Mike are here with Kim G.
Kim G's
in the house.
What?
And just kind of picking her brain a little bit, and much more people are joining this way. So I guess we
can't do it.
Trial and error.
We did it. Social media is confusing. That's why we have our social media expert.
Yeah,
Wow.
social media superstar.
This right
Right.
here was a hit and miss on whether we could go through the events page.
Yes.
On our page,
Yeah.
and we know we cannot.
It's just better, I guess.
I mean, we can, but we can't.
Maybe it's only the people who RSVP to that can see it.
Maybe.
So Kim has been the person for the past few weeks who has been doing all the scheduling of articles and the memes, and she's just been doing unbelievable, so that she's now promoted to social media superstar.
So if you like the content we put out there, this is the woman to thank. Yep.
Exactly.
So-
Or if you don't like it,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shoot me a
And say
message.
why you don't
How
like
can
it.
we improve?
tell me what you don't like or what you would like to see more
Yeah.
of.
You've been doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
That's been huge, and I know people really appreciate the articles and memes and stuff. I know I do. Like, I'll see something and be like, "Oh, I should share," and I'll be like, "Oh, Greater Waltham, it came from you guys, from us."
From us. It
You
came
know,
from us. Then
I do it too after, and I'm like, why are they sharing? Oh, wait a minute, I already shared that on the page.
Yeah.
So now we're sharing it everywhere else.
On our personal page.
Yeah, on our
and if you like
personal
some of our
pages.
content, share it. Feel free to share.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Share.
We don't own the content. We just put it out
Share
there
and comment.
to
That's
help.
how we're going to get
Yeah.
recognized.
And how we're gonna, keep growing and stuff like
Evolve.
that. And so
Bring awareness to the
to the addiction
addiction.
community,
Right.
recovery community.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just the community. Because
Exactly.
We're addicts, and
Yeah.
we need
Yeah.
support, and like the people out there that need support, they're sick.
Yeah.
You know, and
And please reach out to us.
And it's not just about drugs. I mean,
right.
Alcohol's a drug too.
alcohol's the number one drug.
Yeah.
The number one
Yeah.
drug.
The number one
most
drug.
dangerous.
And
Absolutely.
there's there's a lot more, it's a lot more socially acceptable for
Right.
alcohol.
Right. I mean, my road to recovery began with an OUI
Yeah.
on my front porch.
Right.
I drove, came home, and they were like,
You drove.
You
into
drove.
your
I know
front
that's
porch?
no, I drove to someone's house to help them because they said they were going to
Yeah.
off themselves, if that's the proper way. But no, and I came home and she had called the cops and told them that I harassed her, and cops came to my house and were like, "Did you drive over to her house and were you drinking?"
That's how you got an OUI?
That's
You
how
weren't even in the
I
vehicle?
wasn't even in the vehicle.
Wow.
Wow.
But you know what? I'm like, whatever.
It was a gift in disguise,
Yeah,
right?
I owned it. I did my classes. I ended up, going to a soap program.
Okay.
Then I did the soap program. I extended my soap program. Then I just volunteered at,
Was this up here? Okay.
in Lowell,
Because you're originally from
Virginia.
Virginia.
Wow.
I didn't get in trouble until I came
That's
out
the
here.
accent.
I know, that's
Yeah.
what I was like,
I was always trying to figure out
Like,
where's Kim from.
Where is she
because
from?
that's not a Boston accent.
But when I go home, they say, "You sound like you're from there." I'm like,
Oh,
from where?
yeah.
Where am I from?
the best place in the world.
Right, my city, Boston. And then I started recovery coach classes, and that's where I met you.
We met in recovery coach classes. So anyone who was in our recovery coach class, hello. I hope you're joining us. We could really use your input on, what you want us to talk about, or if you have any feedback. This is why
if you want to come volunteer, we're more than happy to.
We need volunteers.
We need volunteers.
Yeah,
so this Thursday, we're going to have a meeting in Waltham.
So is it an open meeting? Can any of the volunteers?
I believe so. I think you just need to message us. I don't know.
Okay.
So just reach out to the page, and we will get back to you. But it will be this Thursday night. So please, looking for anyone to help us. Just it's the subcommittee for the fundraiser, because it's a really big deal to throw a fundraiser. We're gonna have cornhole.
Woo!
Mike's gonna be emceeing it.
We're gonna have vendors, different vendors.
I was thinking your initials were MC, but they're not.
No, close.
MLMC.
MLMC.
MCML.
So if you want to be involved in that and help us out, we're trying to grow our group, grow our reach on the community, grow how many people we're useful to. So please message myself personally, Kim, Jessica, anyone that's part of Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions, or message the page.
And just if you want to come volunteer with us and help us set up, and
you want to set up tables, you want to help clean up afterwards.
Yeah. And if you're struggling, service to others is the way out. That's the way I find to get out of myself. So service to others is so important. So, even like being of service to a group like us, an organization like us, we'll appreciate it. The people you're helping will appreciate it.
And it could enhance your sobriety.
Absolutely.
Giving back to the community is key.
More service, more freedom.
You're not thinking about yourself when you're helping someone else.
Absolutely. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to become a recovery coach and get into being involved with Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions, is being part of the solution and not part of the problem.
Oh, there we
nice.
go.
It's
Look
right
at
in the name. What transition. You are
not
a pro.
The problem.
Yeah, the solution.
Yeah.
So we offer recovery coaching, right?
Yeah.
Within this entity. So you can message us, and if you want some recovery coaching from Kim, she's one of our recovery coaches.
I've gone to many.
You're going to trainings all over the place.
I've been to a lot of trainings, but I've gone to court with people to be
an advocate
for them. People that don't have their family said, "Get your life together."
Right.
I was their family. I was their person.
Yeah.
And the young lady came to my house the other day just to give me a hug and tell me how much she appreciated me.
And you do that all voluntarily.
And I do it all voluntarily.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
I've had a detective go to a friend of mine's house.
Yeah.
And do a well-being check on him before I've done that, because he has messaged me telling me he was getting high at that moment. And I'm like, thank you for talking to me and telling me. Now open your front door and let the detective in the house.
Right. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I'm that person.
Don't,
but I'm
not going to see it because I will get yelled at.
I don't want to go to your funeral.
Oh,
no.
We actually have a comment.
That's the reality.
It is an open meeting. Okay. Hi, Jean Ann. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm volunteering in Dover, New Hampshire for SOS. I start this week sharing my story of addiction, suicide, mental health awareness. I'm more than 3.5 years clean, and it feels great. Amazing. Thank you for joining us. I have to share my story and hope to help others. You are absolutely right, because you never know when you share your story how it can help someone else. Even just getting your hand up at a meeting. I know sometimes we don't always want to, but someone once told me, you getting your hand up isn't just for you. We get our hands up at a meeting, and it's about other people connecting and being like, oh yeah, me too. I've been through that too. Oh, I've been through those feelings. Yeah, identification. I felt that way too.
You're not. Your story could be so close to someone else's, and they don't want to talk about it, but now they can relate to you.
Exactly.
Because really, that happened to you too. Well,
right.
And then
I'm not alone.
You're not alone, and then you've made that connection with that person, and that person will be like, okay, well, I'll open up more because this person could do it. Why can't I?
Exactly.
Well, that's our superpower, right?
Absolutely.
Like our story. We all have individual stories, and they can all impact someone in, a positive way. Just by whatever you've been through, whatever I've been through. Mm-hmm. There's an individual out there that's going through the same thing. And then a light goes on, boom. Right. If he can get sober, if Jessica can get sober, if Kim can get sober, so can I.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of people that go, the person that you were 6 years ago, 7 years ago is not the person
you are today.
Like, if you knew me 7 years ago to now, you'd be like, really?
Really?
Is that how long you've been sober?
Yeah.
7 years?
Almost.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I had to get rid of some baggage.
Yeah.
And then it literally became, I was on, antidepressants and everything else. And I literally got rid of one person and my whole entire life changed.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, he was always your problem.
Right.
We hold hostages.
Absolutely.
I love a hostage.
You love a hostage.
I've had quite a few in my day, so I know what you're talking about.
And I'm grateful for that part of my story. It needed to happen, and everything does happen for a reason. And
to learn a lesson.
And that could be helping someone else
plan.
out there right now that is in a toxic relationship, and it's people, places, and things.
Yeah, you got to change all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Sounds, smells.
Smells.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. You do have some training.
I
do.
Okay, not alone. Exactly. Hey, Rob, you coming next week? Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
So again, for other people that are joining us, it is going to be an open meeting on Thursday. It will be in Waltham, and we will post the address and information about that. But anyone that wants to come volunteer.
Yeah, we need it. We need to come out, please.
It's always a great event. There's
Great
always bouncy houses for kids. We have people share stories.
Yeah,
right?
inspiring stories.
Yeah,
Those
inspiring
great
stories.
And then we have artists too. We have artists in recovery. We have musicians in recovery.
Resource tables.
Yes.
Resource tables.
Resource tables. I'm trying to think what else. There's food.
Food.
I know there's always
cannolis. There's a big cannoli
Cannolis.
cart.
Yeah, the cannoli
right?
cart.
That's a big fan favorite.
Yes, I will have somebody there from the little side business that I have. They will be there, so I can be part of my Waltham people. But we'll have people there.
So vendors.
Liz
Yes,
has her
we'll
jewelry.
have
Vendors. Any vendors that want to come have a table to sell things at our event, reach out to us, and we'll let you know how much it will be to be able to do that.
Right.
Well, my
I think
company.
it's 40.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
what we
think
said
it's
it at.
correct. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but we believe.
Julie,
We'll have-
correct
we'll
us
have
if we're
Julie-
wrong.
Julie,
on the
Julie will
page.
correct us.
Yeah.
We'll have information.
Hi,
on the
Greg.
page about
Hi,
that.
Greg.
Hi, Greg.
It was so nice seeing you a couple times last week.
Always good to see Greg.
Always good to see
Salt
Greg.
of the earth.
We saw him at the Recovery Cafe,
Amazing.
Yeah.
which was amazing in Lowell. If you're in Lowell and looking for a resource, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
What's the address?
It's-
20.
I texted it to you.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's figure it out. 20.
And Mike saw me do a great
know.
parallel parking job, which was amazing.
You did do
I
a
always
great
do
job.
horrible. But so it's Recovery Cafe. It's
It's right behind the.
is it Water Street? Or
It's
something
right
like that?
behind the
You didn't
courthouse.
text it to me.
I thought I did that day.
Mandy, what's the address?
Williams.
Oh,
20
I told
Williams
you
Street.
over the phone. That's what
20
it was.
Williams
Okay,
Street.
20 Williams
Yeah.
Street.
Took me a while.
I think it's you have to have
Had a long weekend.
48
24 hours.
It's at 48.
24 hours.
24-hour
is what Rick
sobriety,
said.
and you can go there. There's going to have classes. They're going to have classes there.
Recovery coaches.
Recovery coaches, and it's all
After hours, they'll be doing stuff.
yeah, and it's all fueled by the members. And you're a member, I guess, when you sign up, and it's all whatever the members want. Like if they want to do a cooking class, or if they want to do like a yoga class or an art therapy, it's whatever the members want. So if you're in the little area and really like looking for that support, we talk about there's different pathways. Meetings might be mine or
Right,
yours or whatever, but
right.
there's all these different ways to. It's all
Art,
about
music,
connection.
yeah.
Mine was gardening.
Do your passion.
Gardening
Yeah.
is huge.
Gardening and cooking. And when I was in the SOAP program, one of the things we did was we had a little garden outside.
And to make something grow, it makes me.
Yeah.
I'm like, this weather makes me so sad though.
I know.
Because my garden is all
Dark,
dead.
Everything's everything's
when you have
nice.
one inside.
That's actually not a bad idea, but I just like the flowers outside.
I like having my feet and hands in the dirt.
Yeah.
Connect with nature.
The
I'm
connect with nature.
I'm big
Connect
on
with nature,
earthing.
yeah.
Just, becoming one with them.
Well, you feel the energy from the earth.
Absolutely,
Yeah. It's alive,
It is.
And to grow something from the dirt, that's kind of like us, right? Like
Yeah.
the lotus flower. I normally have my lotus flower bracelet on that my sister-in-law gave me, but it fell off before I came here. But like the lotus is something that, it grows from mud, and it's the most beautiful flower. And that's like us, right?
Right,
We've
that's
all,
us,
We've
yeah.
all been through the dirt and the mud. And to be able to us to grow and to know each other and be a part of this group.
And become a family.
And become a family and become connected and hopefully give back. And so anyone you know that's, you know, struggling, please reach out. Oh, here's all the comments. Always on point, Greg. Peer run. Yep, peer run little cafe. Right,
Yeah,
little recovery
recovery
cafe.
Recovery cafe, yeah.
And there's coffee there, and it's just beautiful.
It's
it really
nice.
is.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
And there's a lot of love.
Yeah, put into it. And it's the first one in New England,
Yes.
not just in Massachusetts, which
Yeah.
I thought was really cool.
Yeah, because they had.
And I think the way they set it up, it doesn't make you feel like you're, you know,
No.
where we come from. It doesn't make you feel like you're part of that environment. It's
Right.
nice. It's clean.
Right.
It's new.
Yeah.
Like there's artwork.
Yeah,
There's a big, you know, I noticed in the kitchen there was a big like metal sign that said love.
that's how
You know, and that's what it's all about.
when I first came
Yeah.
here. I don't know if we can share where we are. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, at Banyan, I remember first going to Banyan, and that's how you feel there.
Yeah.
You know, you
Love.
feel like the love in the air, and
Right.
and you know, just different places, because when you're trying to get better, your self-esteem is lower than whale
Mhm.
crap, right? And then when you go to a place that's just like you're feeling even more uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and that what does that do for your self-esteem? You're like, oh great, I belong in a place like
Right.
this.
If it's dingy, dirty,
dingy,
yeah,
dirty,
dark,
lights are-
And it's dark,
yeah.
and then there's just some kind of vibe that's off. I mean, because I did do a program, and I was like, this place got some bad juju in it.
Right, right.
You know, and it's like, wow,
Well,
the negative energy. I mean, no one's going to get better in negative energy.
No.
We're energetic beings, like, so we're
Right.
going to be
Yeah.
affected by the energy that's around us. you
Just
know?
like it's a full moon,
Right.
the energy of the full moon.
Oh,
Or was it yesterday? It was beautiful. I just know this was a
Oh, I
big,
did see the moon
it's
last
a big
night, yeah.
full moon, and a lot of energy from that. And they have mugs, right, Julie? They have
Thanks,
mugs.
Rob. Love Banyan.
Yep.
Love Sunrise.
yes, they have mugs that they serve you a coffee, and you're not getting a paper cup.
Yeah,
Right, that-
I
and that was
noticed
a big-
yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a huge
that's
thing
huge, yeah.
for Amanda, and she was like, I want a mug. I want
Right.
people to
That's what she
feel
said at
what
the
that's-
Westford
what the-
event.
Yeah,
And the coffee tastes better.
it does taste
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
I mean, and you know, I knew Amanda before they opened this. I knew her a couple of years ago. Her and Rich both. Like Rich and I took a recovery coach. He was in one of my recovery coach classes. I was, you know, lucky enough to get all my recovery coach classes in Lowell, and I didn't
Yeah.
have to travel all over Massachusetts. Like,
That's huge,
like
yeah.
someone.
I've been to
Yeah.
Lowell, I've been to Worcester.
I think North Shore Community College does them all in one
Really?
area.
Well, ours were
yeah.
all with BSAS.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ours
All
were
in
every single one.
One location, yeah.
Yeah.
And our recovery coach, that was like one of the best things
Yes.
I've ever done, because the recovery coach
That's a
was
great
at the
training.
academy. It was
Yeah.
just, we had these two instructors that
Yeah.
they just
Oh yeah.
were such a good fit. Our group was prize every 2 seconds.
Oh, he was amazing.
We got a prize out of a bag. I have a what is that, oven mitt?
You get the oven mitt from Joey.
I did. Joey, thank you for the oven mitt.
I want to retake it just to reshop
Oh,
it. Like I
it's-
took
I
it back
feel- I
in
feel the same way.
2016. I feel like, I mean, I know the basics of it, but like just to
Right.
like, you know, sharpen
Right.
up on it, you know. I
Yeah.
feel like I could use it again.
But there was a guy in the classes with us that he was just taking it just for the education of it. He
Right.
wasn't going to do anything with it,
yeah,
but
it's
only in his
informative.
personal life.
Right.
I was like, well, that's cool.
But I feel like that stuff
Right.
like that, there was so much personal growth just in that 1 week.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, there's a lot of clinical aspects that go
Yeah.
with the recovery coach
Right.
training. You know, what they get into is more of like a clinical approach to treating addicts. You know,
Right.
which is good for like the peer person to be equipped with.
Yeah.
and,
You
and
know, and encouraging multiple pathways is such like
Yeah.
is
And meeting
so
people where
important.
they're at.
Meeting
Yeah.
people exactly where they're at,
And-
loving them where they're at.
Right.
absolutely,
You know?
Right.
and using words differently, not the words that everybody uses
Right.
for addicts.
You should, and you. Yeah,
Hi, Jerry. Thank you for
And,
for joining us. Hi, I'm Jerry. First time enjoying your discussion. If you have any questions for us or any things that you want us to touch upon,
cover, yeah.
I'm going to try to keep track of the. Hi, Carrie Ann. Another inspiration, Carrie Ann.
Oh, very much
Like
so. Yeah.
unbelievable. I wonder if she was on when I said my lotus flower thing, because she has her seed
Oh,
is
yeah,
all
yeah.
lotus
I have
flowers.
one.
And I remember talking
You
because
do
I want to
too?
get one
I
over
do.
here.
Nice. that's the
My
thing.
a good friend of mine drew mine.
Yeah.
It's the Eye of Horus with a lotus flower.
Oh wow! But no, I have my cross on that way. I have the lotus.
This summer you'll see me because I've been tank tops.
I'm sure. Well, we'll see you at the Recovery Fest.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna see me all the time.
The weather's warm there.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, a lot of great events in the summertime too. If you're looking, and we'll try to also keep in mind stuff that's happening even now, even though it's cold out, and some people don't like going outside when it's cold out.
I hate it.
Myself being one of those.
Really,
people.
you went away this weekend and went snowmobiling.
But I was like 3 layers, like.
Do you hate the
2
cold?
pairs of pants. Yeah, I hate the cold.
But
I mean, it was refreshing being like on the snowmobile.
And that's when you're in the mountains.
Yeah, you're in the mountains. It's different.
That's like it's
like
so
city
different.
cold's different. If you're in the mountains,
yes,
like
exactly,
it's a
exactly.
little bit better, you know. The scenery helps. The scenery helps.
But outside, when I'm waiting for my dog to go to the bathroom, I'm cursing at it. I'm like,
Yeah.
please, like, just.
And you're on the high.
I just open the back
Yeah,
door and be like, "Don't leave the yard," and I go back in my house.
No, see, I
For
don't.
my dogs.
My yard isn't completely fenced in.
Well, mine isn't either, but they know not to leave the yard because the coyotes might get them.
Well, supposedly there's coyotes near my house right now.
So I think we went over it in the first video that we deleted. But so what inspired you to get involved with Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions?
What I want to be the voice for the grandparents because I'm a grandparent.
Huge.
I'm going to be a times 3 in August.
Nice, congrats.
So exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, but it's I want to be able to let grandparents know you're not alone. You're not fighting the addiction part of your children who are no longer there, but you are taking care of their offspring.
Yeah.
Right.
And it is difficult, and it is, it is a chore,
Right.
basically, and you're not alone, and the fight is still there, even though your loved one is not.
See, I think this is so important because I didn't know that was what kind of motivated you to be that
Right.
voice. I thought it was.
I've had too many people die, and their parents are raising their children.
Yeah.
Right.
And a good friend of mine, my neighbor, passed away, and her kids didn't get told this is what happened with your mom.
Oh, right.
Right.
Your mom had pneumonia. Come on, let's talk about it.
Let's be real about the topic.
The elephant's in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's remove the elephant.
Right.
Let's talk about it. Let's get out there and get behind it and help people understand that it's not voodoo to talk about your addiction.
Right.
You look at anybody in a room, somebody in that room's addicted to something.
That's right.
They're addicted to something.
Coffee, sugar,
Your phone.
whatever.
Yeah.
Who's addicted to
Right.
who's on Facebook right now?
Right.
You're addicted to Facebook.
Right.
You got.
But I just think it's so important too, like with kids, and kids are so much smarter than we give them credit for.
Oh,
yeah.
Extremely.
Like I had this conversation
Yeah.
with my son this week, and it was like I was talking about. I think I was talking about the person who recently, whatever I was talking about, and he goes, he's 11, and he said, people probably drink or do drugs because they're sad, and then they can't get out. It's like the cycle of, and then they're sad because they drink or do drugs.
He nailed
And
it.
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Kaden!
Yeah,
Like,
he
wow.
nailed
Like it was just like
He did.
This is
Out
he
of the
nailed
mouth.
it.
They nailed it. That's
At
great
11.
wisdom.
Yeah.
And
Because they're teaching it
Yeah.
in schools
Right.
now. There's a lot of schools that are teaching.
That's for
You
sure.
teach sex ed in schools.
Right.
Why not? I don't know. The DARE program was going on when I
everything,
was,
yeah.
but that
Right.
was
Yeah.
that was
Watered down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it wasn't the same drugs
Right.
back in
And that's
1980.
and I think I would probably
They
post it
focused
too.
on the weed more.
But now there's going to be generations that it used to be like, oh, those kids' parents are divorced.
Right.
Now it's
Those
generations of
kids'
kids
parents have passed.
That's
passed from an
parents-
overdose.
right.
A whole
There's going to be
generation.
generations
Yeah.
of these kids.
And there's a lot of, like I said earlier, that there's a lot of young grandparents because, like I said, I'm not 50 and I'm going to be a grandmother times 3
Right.
in
Yeah.
August. My son is.
I like that. I'm not 50.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
50.
yeah, I like
But
that.
it's 50 the age at the
Yeah.
when you're allowed
I
to be a
don't
grandparent.
know.
They say
Yes.
50 is the new 30.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
I got 2 more years.
You know, which would
So
make
you
me
think
like
30 is the new
15.
50?
I think. Yeah. If we're doing 20 years, then
Right?
yeah,
So I'm like 11.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people go, well, how old are you? I was like, I don't know how old I am.
But the thing
Doesn't matter,
the thing is
Age
too
is
is
just a number.
Just a number.
And
It's about how you feel.
And I don't know
internally.
how to act my age because I've never been this age before.
that's a
There
good
you go. I
point.
like that.
I like that
That's
too.
a great
Okay?
answer.
Why don't you
yeah.
act your age? I don't know how to act
I've
my
never
age.
done it.
Because my mom at this age wasn't me.
Right, she was probably like
Right.
like gray hair. Or,
I mean, she like
50 to
my
you.
mom is gonna be 72. 72, right? Yeah, Richard's 30. Yeah, 72 in June, and she still works.
God bless
Wow,
her.
God bless her.
She
yeah.
just she was diagnosed a couple months ago with lung cancer.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
They got it.
Nice.
They removed a third of her lung, and her doctor literally told her, if you weren't still active, if you weren't still
Yeah.
working every day and
Right.
everything else,
Right.
you
Your lifestyle can get you sick. Yeah.
you'd probably not make this.
Right.
He told her, he goes, you've got,
Because it's all about
he's
that.
like, the insides of you, even though you're a chain smoker, Brenda, you're doing great.
But she's still
you're
active.
healthy.
She's still moving.
Yeah,
Physical
she's- yeah.
fitness is so important. Yeah.
Linda, I
For
see
all
you, and
diseases.
you're one of the people I also wanted to let know that Thursday we're going to have volunteers if you're able to come in Waltham. I believe it's like at 6:00. We're going to have a subcommittee for the fundraiser that we're going to have on September 13th. So anyone that wants to help, give back, people have been reaching out saying they want to get a part of what we're doing. This is a perfect way to segue into that. We're going to have a subcommittee meeting just for the fundraiser, and we're looking for volunteers to help with that. And that will be on Thursday, this Thursday, February
6 to
13th.
8, right?
Yeah, 6
Yeah,
to 8.
13.
It'll be in Waltham. So anyone that's looking to want to get a part of helping with the fundraiser, we'll be posting more information. Reach out to one of us. Reach out to
the page. Yep.
We're
Join
looking
us,
for help.
please. It'll be fun. It's always a great time.
Yeah, it's
Every
always,
time.
every year. It's one of my favorite events
Yeah.
every year, and that's even before I was really a part of it.
Right.
It's good weather. Hopefully, it's a lot of fun. Food, recovery. You see people, you connect, and it's open to the public.
I just remember last year that was the first time I ever attended, and like just all the people that were a part of that are a part of Greater Waltham Recovery Solutions, like all the love that they pour into the event. You know, like it's energetic. Like it gives you like that
energy.
boost. Yeah, you could feel it. And like just in the resources they had there, and the speakers and the musicians, like it was just a great event. It was probably one of the best. It's different.
It's
It's
different.
definitely different.
There's the bouncy house there. There's
Kids are welcome.
Kids are welcome. But you comment. Waltham event is always banging. You're right, Rob. Always. Hi, Peter. Thank you for joining us. You guys have any questions for us?
Hi, Peter.
Anything you want us to see? This just shows right here how linked we are, right? So we have Rob Demio, who works for now Sunrise, and Peter Barker works for Farnham.
Yeah, 2 great programs.
Yeah, 2 amazing programs.
Unbelievable programs, helping thousands and thousands of people.
Detoxes, residential.
Yeah. Sunrise has a PHP open now. If guys.
I didn't know that.
They do. Yeah.
That's really good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. They're adding to their services as well. They're growing.
And this just shows, if you know anyone that is struggling, to please reach out. I know it's shameful. We tried to deal with a case last week where, it was someone's son, and the son doesn't want to talk to us, but hopefully we, planted a seed.
He knows who to call. He knows who to reach out to when they're ready.
Hi, Mariah. Love you. See you in a couple hours. Oh, so the event is September 13th from 10 to 4 in Waltham Common. And we're going to do it big this year.
Julie, we always do it big.
Always. It's going to be even bigger and better though this year, right?
Don't avoid me, Julie.
Wow. Listen, she might be little, but she's feisty.
She's mighty.
That's why I pick on her. She can take it.
She absolutely can take it. Any other topics or comments or suggestions? Anything you want us to talk about? Again, we're here with Kimberly G.
And just our services are wraparound services, treatment placement, recovery coaching, interventions. I'm in the process of becoming a certified interventionist, but I can refer out to a professional in the meantime. Yep. What else do we do? We do.
I don't know, because I wanted
We
to
do drug
intervention.
court
Yeah, we're in the drug
advocacy.
court.
Drug court, and I
Yep.
wanted to do intervention with you.
Yeah, we're
When
gonna
you
get you
get-
hooked up with
yeah.
training for that.
Absolutely.
24
I mean-
like access to recovery services. What about early recovery? How did you guys get through and where you are today? Feeling emotions. That's a great question, Mariah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah,
good.
Greg, Recovery Center of America, which I'm an alumni from.
Oh yeah, Greg
Greg.
commented
Oh, yeah.
too.
RCA is
RCA
amazing.
amazing. I love those guys.
Saved my life. But that's a great thing, Mariah. Feeling the emotions is so hard,
Mhm.
especially
I was
when you're
angry.
newly sober. Oh my God.
Anger. I was so angry because the way it went about it, it was wrong. My ex called my son's school, and
Okay.
and that DCF got involved.
Right.
But it became the best thing for me too.
Right.
Because I have a handicapped child, and he goes to a school that's a nursing facility too. They literally said, "We'll keep him. You work
You
on
get
him.
well. Yeah.
Oh wow.
We'll keep him for 28 days. You have 28 days to get your
Wow.
life
And you did it.
together." And I did it.
Yeah.
And my son is better
Right.
for it. I mean,
Yeah.
his smile can light up a room. And every parent says that, but this was a kid that didn't smile.
Right.
Now he
Now
laughs.
now he has-
Now he laughs. I wanted to take a nap today after the 5K. He's sitting in my living room making all kinds of noise.
yeah.
So I was like, "Really, kid?
Really?
I'd love to take a nap, son.
Yeah.
Give me 20 minutes."
So what kind of helped you get through those emotions of anger? Because I know I took a pair of scissors to my boyfriend's pants when I was angry.
I would
So
not-
we're gonna try to look at the
Please don't
opposite.
do that.
You guys
Yeah.
do not do that.
I,
do
um,
not do not
the
I
best-
cooked. I cooked
Yeah,
and I
good.
gardened. You'd be amazed how many holes you can dig when you're mad.
And you sat still through the pain.
And I did. And
Right.
And you came out the other
I
side.
screamed and cussed and fussed. But now I look back and was like, that's the best thing he could have done is,
Yeah.
I called it quits with him and he was angry.
Yeah.
I removed one of his enablers myself.
Yeah.
Mm.
I enabled him, he enabled me.
Right.
But getting rid of him, my enabler was gone.
Right.
Because nobody else was enabling me. My parents lived in Virginia.
Right.
My sisters live in Virginia. My brother lives in North Carolina.
So you had to cut those.
Nobody was
they're
nobody was
out there,
enabling me. They
So you-
weren't sending money to me. They
No.
weren't overnighting money.
Yeah.
So you kind of learned how to find hobbies to keep yourself busy,
Mhm.
right? Like different things, like we talked about exercise.
Yeah.
Huge. Walking, doing the 5Ks, that
Doing
could
the
be something.
5Ks.
Working through them. Calling your sponsor, Mariah, could be a good way
Oh yeah.
to
Work through that.
Work through your
your-
feelings.
your
The
feelings.
best thing about feelings
Don't need them.
is they change.
that.
They change, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in a moment of this desperation or a moment of like you're super low, like just know like that's gonna change,
Yeah.
and you don't want to make things exponentially worse by using.
And
drugs
feelings
or
aren't
alcohol.
facts.
Feelings aren't facts,
Right.
but it's a fact that we feel. I learned that from my sponsor. I can't take that, but yeah,
Oh, that was a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So did you start with the feelings aren't facts?
feelings aren't facts.
But it's a fact that
it's
we
a fact
feel.
that we feel. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
But they change. like,
Michael
feel-
with the zing.
But feelings change, so it's like you're not gonna throw away everything you've accomplished, or if you have some clean time, if you're new, whatever. Like, just for a fleeting feeling, it's gonna go away.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Mhm.
change. Take some action. Go for
Yeah.
a walk. Pray.
And
Meditate.
it doesn't take
Whatever.
long,
Call your friend.
Color.
Yeah. Color.
right?
Yeah.
Coloring is huge, and you know what I even did is the Kelly who I used to work with at Calm Health. She got a coloring book of swears.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Even
you have
better.
no idea how therapeutic it is to color in
Swear
fresh
words.
words that
Or
I'm
just
not allowed
swear.
to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Like coloring them in. It really was really helpful. It helps to have a network and people who've been through what you're feeling. Exactly, connecting, and there's not just one way. So if it's not meetings, if you go to the gym, or if you start walking, or reaching out to people, reach out to us.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to. We're
Message
here.
the page if you're struggling, if you're feeling some type of way, if you're down, if you're up, whatever.
And springtime is coming, and Mandy loves to garden, so.
I didn't know you guys were gardeners. This
This is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mandy loves to garden, and she can talk about that when she's here next week.
Next week, Mandy
Next week.
McGowan will be on, obligingly.
Let's do it.
She
Yeah.
will be with us.
And we'll remember to ask her about her gardening expertise.
Yeah. I just grow vegetables. I don't eat them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I give them away.
What do you grow?
cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, cauliflower.
I love eggplant, my favorite.
And I get huge eggplants, and I always give them away.
Eggplant palm.
And then what else do I grow?
Do you make it,
String
or
beans.
do you have your mom?
Yeah, mom makes it. Yeah. Well, she lives in Florida now. So.
Oh, okay. So
I'm going down there the 20th though, so mom's gonna make eggplant palm, please, mom.
Okay.
Music.
Okay, this is yeah, music is huge.
Music is
a good
really
one, too. Very
huge,
therapeutic.
But eating, you could overeat, and then that becomes your addiction. And then
So about
eating's dangerous.
So when I first got
you gotta eat
clean
healthy
7 years ago,
and
and it's still a problem. Okay, that I went from, doing dope to eating a thing of Milanos every night, double chocolate. Then it was Oreos. Then it was Chips Ahoy. Then it was making.
So you're a sweets person.
Every night I have to have sweets before
I'm
I
like
go to bed.
I'm like a cheese
Really.
Yeah,
but this was
pizza,
just something that after I got clean, it started. It was every night, even
it's the
like
chocolate.
it was
It's
every.
the chocolate.
It's the sugar.
But it was like a fish.
Sugar
it
gets you
turned
high.
into like a
Right.
exactly.
Sugar gets you high.
I was running to Stop Shop at 10:55,
It's
saying I wasn't going to do it anymore. I'm doing it.
Before I learned a lot about everyone's different addictions and everything else, I always kept chocolate in my house because my son and his friends,
Debbie, I thought we did respond to. Debbie, I thought we did respond to what you were saying.
We were talking about
Yeah, it was a great event for families. Yep, I thought it was just like a conversation between you guys. Yep,
we put the date
and the time and where.
We love
did
you,
all
Deb.
that. Oreo, send it double stuff.
Send it double stuffed Oreos, chocolate covered.
No,
this is kind of funny.
deep fried.
When I was
deep
pregnant
fried
with my
Oreo.
son, with my first son,
I've always wanted to. It's on the bucket list.
I was dipping double stuffed Oreos into peanut butter, and then I told my OB and thinking, oh well, the peanut butter has protein, and my boyfriend goes, yeah, but she's eating a whole box of them, and so I got in a little bit of trouble for that.
I love peanut butter.
Oreos dipped in peanut butter, amazing.
Oh, don't start. I can't. I'm on a diet. Well, not a diet, but I'm eating clean.
Are you going to be at the meeting Thursday?
Thursday, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
I love to cook.
Are you gonna cook for us? Is this a surprise? How are you gonna surprise me?
Debbie, if you want to, Debbie thinks we're not seeing her comments.
What, there's one right there.
Which one?
Rob.
Yeah, see, this was just stuff between
Debbie,
her
this
and
is
Rob and
yours,
Julie. So I don't see anything that we haven't.
Does she want us to say the date again?
We did say the date, so we can say it again, which is going to be Sunday, September 13th from 10 to 4 in the Waltham Commons. We are having a subcommittee meeting this Thursday in Waltham. More information about that will be posted. Well, that's a good point, Julie, too. Nobody died from a feeling. You're right.
That's right.
You are absolutely correct.
That's actually fire.
Yeah.
I know you and Mandy I know Mandy likes to eat. Mandy likes to eat and post pictures of everything she eats, but Mandy eats healthy.
Yep.
No junk food for Mandy.
Yeah, Debbie, we did put the date and the time and the place. We said that a few times. So just
Rewatch it.
Rewatch it. I know we talk so fast, we can sometimes miss things.
Well, this was fun. I had fun tonight.
Yeah, this was awesome.
awesome.
I really appreciate
We learned a lot about
that you said you're doing this to give the grandparents a voice,
Right.
because my son's, both my mom and my son's grandmother were huge assets. Because if they weren't there.
Did they want to talk about it? Did they want to talk about their daughter being an addict?
No, my mom still
Most families don't.
My mom still wants to talk
a
about
lot
it.
of people. My mom, when I was drinking heavily, she told me I wasn't an alcoholic when I told her I was. You're not an alcoholic.
They're in denial.
But I am.
That's very harmful.
I am, mother. I am.
That's your truth.
And she was like, nope.
See, my
but when I started doing drugs, it was, how could you? And then she called me one time and said, was I a bad mother, and that's why you turned out the way you did? I was like, hello, you were a great mom. I just grew up to be like this.
Well,
but I didn't start doing drugs until I was in my 30s.
But I think a lot of mothers feel that way. They blame themselves.
Yes.
They have that guilt, which is uncalled for. Like it's not necessary, because that's not the situation. That's not the case.
Right.
But they own that as it's their fault. And I think that's why sometimes it's hard to expose the fact that you're an addict.
Well, I had a brother-in-law who was a real jerk and told her the reason why your daughter is the way she is because of you.
Yeah,
Well, of course,
and
people
that's
are
like,
you're always
wow.
just
That's
to
not
blame.
true. Yeah.
So again, next week. Sorry, Mike. I'm not.
Wow.
You always try to cut
I
me
am
out.
not. I promise you. Next week, me and Mike will be on with Mandy McGowan,
Woo,
who has an
Mandy.
amazing story. We'll share her, why she joined
Absolutely
Greater
killing
Rocky
it.
in Recovery.
Yes.
Um,
Proud of her.
yeah, absolutely. Reach out, Pat. Awesome, you'll be there. Hopefully on Thursday. I'll see you probably in a couple hours at the meeting. Please reach out to us if you need help.
Yeah.
All our services again are free. Like we said, connecting to treatment, talking to one of us, the three of us here, are recovery
Family
coaches,
consulting.
family consulting, which we've been doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've gotten some, reached a lot of
of successes. Yeah.
have reached out to us.
Yeah.
And so just let us know anything that you want us to talk about. Again, we want to thank Kim, our social media superstar, or social media
Administrator. Admin, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you again for all your hard work on the page.
I've had help.
Hey, Jess, I can't make it to the meeting Thursday. I'll be in Aruba.
Send
That
us
was just
back
like
some
a
of that.
knife to my heart. But Linda, thank you. You'll definitely help us. She's someone that's going to really help us. She works with the Elks, who do a lot of great work for vets, which is something else that we're going to be trying to focus on, because there's connecting support for veterans who have given back to, who have fought for our country.
And if you know of any 5Ks, we're trying.
These girls are getting emotion.
We are 5K'ing it up
Yep.
every month.
She is 5K'ing it up.
No, not these two.
Not the-
I will, though. I will.
Once the weather gets better, we'll have more joining us. But Mandy, Devin, and myself, we're doing 5Ks once a month. So if you know of any 5Ks,
Send it.
send it.
Thank you guys. And this will be uploaded to YouTube as well, so people who don't have access to Facebook can watch on YouTube. Thank you again to Kaden for trying to help me figure out how to do that. And we will see you next week. Hope everyone has a sober Sunday.
Sober Sunday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Leave the world a better place than you found it.